before going into the trailer review. If you have not already seen my review of Dunki Drop 1 teaser, please check it out. Just as I feared in my teaser review, the trailer only confirmed all my fears. Rajkumar Hirani as a writer and director will have his most important test in the next few weeks. I remember watching a YouTube video of Rajkumar Hirani in which he'll walk around showing his swanky office and where his teams would come up with ideas, where the discussion and debates would happen. The immediate thought was that I felt this man has an entire office like a corporate working on one script. I couldn't imagine the amount of variations each scene would have gone through, smoke tested by internal readings to check out if the humor is really working. And finally, the thought that it would take years to develop one complete script as he's only making a movie once in 3-4 years. A simple example, Amir Khan's comic scene in PK while he's sitting in jail with Anushka about how the same word acha has different meaning when combined with the facial expression. I didn't have to know Hindi very well, but that whole act, I was laughing my gut out loudly as everyone else in the theatre. And if you recall, similarly, Chatur's Balatkar speech, which despite being a word that you don't trivialize, because of the intelligent writing and persistence in the delivery, it'll warm you up from first being in shock and then to laughing out loud when you realize that he doesn't know the language and someone is pulling a prank on him. We all know SRK has an amazing sense of comic timing. So the collaboration's expectation is just limitless. Now going to my experience. First, let me list down all the supposed comedy scenes in Dunki that was shown in Drop 1 and now in Drop 4. First one, grandson promising on grandma's life to not think about London and then grandma dying because of that false promise. A beaten to death, bordering on cringe, stereotypical South Indian long name comedy. A barber asking the guy getting the haircut if he wants to cut it short and the only retort is, hey, can you grow it if you can? And then the famous Amitabh Bachchan's I Walk English, Talk English new version done by Vicky Kaushal, I know noun, pronoun, adjective, which for a second felt something nice to come, but then it just kept going on without tickling a bone. And then came the cringy I want to go to laboratory English learning scene. Oh my goodness. Even as I was anticipating and only needed a slight trigger to laugh, these supposed funny scenes moved nothing, zilch in me. What happened to Rajkumar Hirani? Did the ink dry in his pen or he just doesn't have anything left in his bank? Really, how? How can such a substandard writing make it to not a normal movie, but arguably with the biggest star in the biggest production company in a year specifically when SRK had 2,000 crore blockbusters? I am completely frustrated. It is worse than slapstick or cringe. It was just lifeless. The other fear that I had, as I mentioned in my teaser review, Hirani's ability to tell a story about human tragedy, and if he can even tell that story in a hilarious feel-good way, and whether it is even appropriate to do it that way. I had my doubts. The central theme or conflict about having to know English for going to London and not knowing English leading to a dangerous, strenuous ride across the terrains, crossing many countries from India all the way to UK London. Now here the geography itself is little mind-boggling. And then people losing life in this pursuit seem to provide for a human tragedy and drama. Definitely a good emotional plot point on paper, but at least in the trailer, it neither evoked any sympathy or empathy for me. The worst thing is that they simply gave away the most important thing that they could have saved in the movie, which is Vicky Kaushal's character dying in the most horrific way. This could have been like a very shocking and emotional thing to know in the movie that would have made us probably cry. They gave it away just like that. If you recall in Shankar's Gentleman, when the mother and the brother self-immolate because they were cheated of their money to get medical seat, that tragedy came from nowhere. The impact was so much that I still remember that in a second when I saw this in the trailer. I still hope the shock value isn't lost completely, but I don't understand why did they have to show that. They could not have revealed it. I don't know why. Anyway, the trailer is all about SRK, with him narrating his past and then trying to solve something 25 years later as an old man. SRK playing different ages was fine, but some places digital de-aging wasn't that great. It actually felt weird. Just for reference, Ranbir's de-aging in Animals school scenes was really good. I would say all is not lost yet. Despite the lifeless and lackluster trailer cut, Rajkumar Hirani's track record tells us otherwise. So let's wait and see how Dunki turns out to be. If you like the review, show your love by liking the video. Spread the love by sharing it with your friends, family, and bless us by subscribing to the channel so that we can keep meeting often. Thank you.